My bad, y'all. I was having some technical difficulties. My Wi-Fi started doing some weird stuff. Um, all right, we're about to get started here. Let me get my thing pulled up. I got y'all. Okay, it is. All right, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I'm turning y'all up. I had the volume kind of low.
You hear me, bro?
Yeah, I heard you. I heard you say yes. Yeah, I had some weird technical difficulties going on. Not sure why, but this call is being recorded, so everything on here I'll be able to send you all if y'all need to reference it again. Um, it's supposed to be two more people in here. I'm not sure what they're doing, but if they miss out, they miss out. Not a problem. Uh, let's get started. So I'm going to share my screen. Uh, I think that's what I had to do. Let's see. This is weird. I don't know. Okay. I think it's working. All right. So y'all can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Let me refresh this because it's acting dumb. Boom. All right. So I see in the chat they just dropped a signal for USDJPY. So of course, this is the web analyzer. This is one of the tools that I will want you guys to use. Of course, you don't have to. It's an add-on, but it's the add-on that I personally use when I go looking for trades. So I'm gonna pull up Telegram right now and see what they was talking about on that signal they dropped. Oh, it's a buy limit. Okay, so I'm not worried about that. We're not gonna get into that part of the training. We're gonna focus on just looking at the charts itself and how to set up your chart to make sure that you're successful. So first and foremost, I like to use the Thor strategy. So on here, it lets you select the strategy that you want to use. As you can see, when you go here, it has numerous, strategies you can use, starting from whether you're a scalper, you like to do short trades, on a 1 minute, 5 minute, 3 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute time frames. Those will be these guys. Me, I'm an intermediate, intraday, medium trader. So this is a strategy I'm going to be teaching right now, the Thor strategy. This is the 1 hour to 4 hour, kind of thing. You can push it all the way up to a day. Um, it's a little bit more money involved, and that's how I maintain my success in this market. So first you want to make sure you select the right strategy, which would be Thor strategy if you're on here, and then you want to turn the cha-ching on. I like to use dark mode. I really just don't like my screen being so bright. And then you'll save settings and reload. So it'll initially bring you all the way back. It'll download. I don't know why it's taking so long, but this is weird. How do I move this? You know what this is.
Damn, bro. I'm thinking my
All
screen
right,
too.
so it should be coming up in a second. And as you can see, it gives you trades. So right here on the 15-minute window, it says stop loss and take profit. So it called it USD CAD on the 15-minute, and the time that it passed by was midnight. So this trade just came through. So whenever my screen decides to load, finally it'll do this. I don't know what the hell is going on. Can never be great, I see.
Wi-Fi, bro. You ain't paid that shit on time.
It was just, I'm talking about literally, as soon as I started this Zoom call, it ain't giving me no problems. And I don't know how long. As soon as I start this Zoom call, I want to act dumb.
What site this is then? This the I am site. I mean, how you pronounce it?
It's an IML site. Yeah, it's the vibrator add-on, and it gives you access to the web analyzer. I don't know why the hell it's acting stupid, but I know a lot of you all have the harmonic scanner, so I'm gonna try to go into the harmonic scanner.
shout out Pimpin.
You know what's going on. Pippin, man, getting this money. All right, so I got this pulled up here. The reason why I chose not to use this so much was due to the fact that when you're using this, it doesn't actually let you see indices, and those are high dollar things that you'll want to trade. So USD. So as you saw, I moved my mouse up here, clicked it, and then started typing. I'm gonna pull up that same thing just in the buy limit on, and as you can see here, when you pull up the harmonic scanner, and the website for you is right up there. So if you want to copy that and log in, once you pay your 235, you instantly have access to this website. Um, After your 2 hours, once your account is created and everything, like, you easily log into this, and it makes it pretty simple for you. I personally like to use the butterfly. It's just a little too much for me, but it works. And what it does is, let me zoom in.
Chan said he can't hear you anymore.
Mm, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Let me find out what's going on with him there. Open up the chat. Kelsey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I figure out what's going on with trans because I don't think it would be my end if you guys can hear me.
I hear you now. I hear you now.
All right, cool, cool. Let's move on. Let's continue. Make sure you guys are muted. I don't. Yeah, just go ahead and mute yourself. So pretty much with this, you want to watch the D, and I mean I know that's weird, but we ain't gonna be weird right now. This is the indicator. This is where they're telling you that they see a shift, and as you can see, it was selling from up here. So it fell all the way down, and now they want everyone to enter at this point. So they believe the markets are gonna fall down to here. Once it falls down to here, you will enter the trade. You will set your stop loss exactly at this. You see? So it maps out the stop loss for you, maps out your entry point, take profit one, take profit two, take profit three. So it breaks it down completely simply to you. So I understand why they put a buy limit. Now let me see if their buy limit actually matches where this is, because if this is where they put their entry point at, then they would have a successful trade that they put into the signal chat. So I'm going to double check that first and foremost to see what they're talking about, because you never want to enter a trade without verifying first. So they wouldn't have activated yet because their entry point is 105.383. So they actually dropped it down a little bit right there. So it did not hit their entry point yet. So that signal they put out would not have activated at this point because it's rising back up again. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to show you all what I use. I'm gonna make the Thor strategy in here. So I'm gonna get my indicator started on here. This is how you add your indicators. You'll go here, and what I use is a moving average right here. Boom. I use two moving averages, and then I use a MACD, which is right here, and then close out of that. And then the settings that I use for those, you go to settings. I put my length on the first one at 50. Then you go to style. You want to make sure that you can see it properly. So you make it as visible as possible. I like to put mine on 100, and I make this one blue. You can make it whatever color you want to. It just works a little bit better for me, and I upgrade my line thickness to at least 3. That way it makes the line a little bit more noticeable, as you can tell. Moving on from there, you go to save as defaults. So whenever you load this up, it'll automatically plot it that way. Okay. Go to this one, same thing. You're gonna change it. I make this one red myself, make it as bright as possible, and put it at 3. Save as default. Okay. And then on the MACD, and if I'm moving too fast, don't hesitate to let me know to slow down a little bit. If you can see it, it's right there, 50, close 0. Oh, it didn't change this for 1 second, my bad. This one is 200. I'm sorry, guys. I'm moving too fast. I do this a little bit. Make sure there, save as default. Okay. Oops. Where the hell did it go? Oh, it moved it way up there. Okay, whatever. Don't know why it's way up there, but I'm not gonna complain. That's where it went to. So as you can see, they pretty much cross, and that's an indicator for you about where the trade is going. And the larger the gap, the better the chance of you doing something. So the blue line crossing the red line is always what you want to watch for. So the blue line crossed the red line way back here. And at that point, it means it's going for a sale. So as you can see, at this point is where the sale pretty much was guaranteed at. As it started to create a gap, you see the candles start to drop, and they continue to fall as long as that gap was there. As long as that gap was present, it just gonna fall. Rise up a little bit and continue to fall. Additionally, you'll go down to the MACD. Inputs, fast length is a 3, slow length is a 10, source close, signal length is 16. Go to style. The colors are fine. I actually make this one a hot pink so you can tell the difference from it. Increase the line thickness, make it more visible. Boom. Same thing here. And blue is fine for that one. In this one, I like it to be a bright red, make it a little bit better to see, and make the thickness a 3 as well. Save as default, and okay. So I'm gonna give you all a second to make sure you got all that put in, and I'll show you how to save it. On Harmonics, you can actually save your work. Web Analyzer, you can't, but I mean, I just like the setup on it a little bit better. I want to get myself to the point where I use as few indicators as possible, which is a more advanced form for traders. And just a better way to make sure you're managing your money the right way. So here, as you can tell, when you're watching the MACD is pretty much how you know where your trade is going to go. So if you look at it, whenever the blue crosses above or below, that's where the trade went. So right here on the second candle, when you wait for your confirmation candles, as soon as that confirmation candle was hit, the blue dropped below. You see it was thinking about it. It was up high, started thinking about it, and then it dropped. And that's where your confirmation candle is. So right here at this point is when you would enter your trade. That's when you put yourself in for a sale. And it came all the way down, kept falling, got here, take profit. And then the way to measure that, if you want to, well, let me move one step at a time. I'm getting ahead of myself. That pretty much showed you from a sniper position, this is the earliest point to get in on this trade. And you could have caught it all the way, you could have rolled that wave all the way to here. And then once it went across again, it went for a buy. Went for a buy for a short bit of time. Still was making profit up until this point when it dropped. Because it still was above this last candle here. So it wouldn't have been much. That's more so some consolidation. But it still could have pulled you about a good 10 pips right there. What time? I'm on the 15-minute time frame, so yeah, about 10 pips. Consolidated, and then went for another buy here. All the way up. So the indicators, these right here, this is the second confirmation. So the blue line is your first confirmation on this. Watching your blue line, making sure that it's in the right direction, and then these have to be in the same direction as well. So you see these are non-present, consolidation was here. That's where it consolidated. That's where it wasn't making any, it wasn't no point to trade at all. These were facing up, which means it was going for a buy, not a large gap on it. So right here, your best thing would be to stay out of the trade. But if you're watching your candles like you're supposed to, you've been on the JCP app like I instructed everyone to, you'll notice you see the tweezer top here, tweezer top, downtrend, boom, went for a sale. So we'll go over here and we'll use this. So they put a buy stop, I believe, on this trade. They believe that, you know, it's going to go back up for a buy, which can be confirmed as right here. You see the blue line going through. And once again, like I said, the larger that gap, the better the chance it's going to continue to go in the direction that you want it to. So from that point when it crossed, which would have been a sniper entry, which is what I tell y'all about early entries, I want y'all to keep focusing on what you're doing because you haven't got to the point where you can do sniper entries. You'll get a lot more confident once you have a strategy, which is what I'm trying to offer you all now. So your confirmation candle was here. It still closed above the last candle. So once again, I'm gonna zoom in some more. So this was your initial blue candle. The second candle closed above. So it already gained pips from where it. So this would have been where you were waiting on. This would have been where you got in at. and you would have continued up. So now this candle, 15 minutes is the smallest time frame it offers you on the harmonics. So I don't even know why I clicked that. On the web analyzer, you can go down and hit 1 minute. Still ain't pulled up. Don't worry about it. Whatever. Um, as you can see, this is battling back and forth, battling back and forth. But that gap is still large enough to where you're comfortable in this trade. These are rising, so you just let this ride out. Let it ride out. So you're on a 15-minute time frame, you just kick it. It's on a bullish trend, so you'll be making money at this point. So anybody who would have got in right here, I'll show you how to calculate the pips you would have got. So right here is one of the favorite tools you want to have: the long position and short position. Long position for a buy, short position for a sell. So of course we're gonna hit this one, and let's just say you got in here. Let me zoom out some. So 68 pips is what you would have caught from there to there. And your stop loss would have been, let me move this up a little bit. This would have been, so I would have set my stop loss at about 15 pips. So 15 pips is a little bit over, almost 16, but yeah. And then this, I would have probably put it at about 20, would have been there. So you would have been pushing it to this stop point, to this point to take your profit out. And this point for your loss. Now at a 0.01, $1.50, and then right here, depending on what your margin was, it'd have been $2 and some change or whatever. For me, with the balance that I accrue and I have, I probably would have popped up 0.1. You know, that probably would have pushed me about $20 on this trade. So as you can see, it's money in this. You know, for people that's trading with $50, I think most of my people, I think Marcus and Kelsey both are at 100. So if you would have popped in this trade at a 0.1, I think y'all would have caught a $20 bill too, which is more than you had before you entered this trade. So, and that's a Sunday. You know, most of the best days to trade is Tuesday through Thursday. So that would have been a $20 catch right there. I'll take this off, delete this, zone back in. Mess that up. Jesus. All right, so it's still in the buy, it's slowing down. The momentum is slowing down a little bit, but you see the D told you where they expected it to. They had their entry point, their stop loss. And that's a great way to calculate. Make sure that you all are using your long and short positions as well. And this setup, and it lets you literally work with any trade that you want to. We can go check out some other ones. What time is it? It's 12, so it's Australian and Japanese about to start in a second. Japanese has already started actually. So another thing about this, it lets you trade and like pick like where you want to get it from. So you have FX Choice, GBE, Hot Forex, Hugo's Way, JAFX, Traders Way, XM.com, and Garrett Trader. So you can pick trades from any of these. The top three are usually the newest ones. So those will be the ones that you would, the D will be a little bit closer because as you can see on this one that I just typed in, the D is way over here. It went for the buy and it hasn't updated itself as far as anything else yet. So this one definitely smacked TP3 and then even went further than that because they put it in here on the 17th of July. It was buying until the date till midnight of my birthday, and then it kept going. So actually, it was buying until my birthday, 8 a.m., and then it started to sell after that at 12. And as you can see, this is on the 4-hour time frame. So yeah. So if you want to calculate again to figure out how many pips that would have been, oh, this shit's retarded right now. I'll just do it this way. So price line is a way to just calculate pips. Set your price line here, drag it up right there. So there you go. That was 1,616 pips. 1,616 pips into profit on a 3-day trade. No, a 6-day trade. 17 to 23. 5 or 6 day trade is acting different, but like I said, that's a lot of money to be made right there. A lot of money to be made. And like I said, the MACD and everything pretty much tells it. I don't think anybody would have got in at directly this point. People would have waited until here and called all of that all the way up. So some millionaire called it. We just didn't. But we working on it. We trying to get ourselves to that point. And is it like, does anybody not understand anything that I'm saying right now? I know this is my first Zoom call for you all. It's my first Zoom call, period. First one I ever hosted. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm doing my best to educate you all on what's going on. I'm trying not to leave anyone out. So if there's any questions, feel free to drop them. It's a lot that I'm showing you all, so I know it's a lot to catch on to.
Can you just make sure you send me the
No
video?
problem. I got you. I know it's a lot to walk through, and I move kind of fast. I talk extremely fast, so
Vice versa, I need it too.
I got you. I got you. I make sure everybody get a copy of it. It's recording right now, so everything should be great. And y'all can just walk through this as many times as possible. Y'all know y'all can call me whenever. I wake up out my sleep for you guys, so it ain't no problem. Hell, I even went out my way. Chance isn't even on my team. Chance does forex with somebody who I'm not sure who it is, but he's not a part of Tunnel Vision. And I made sure I reached out to him. I reached out to one of my best friends as well, and invited her. I even invited Anjanae so she could help me with it. Not sure what happened to them. Anjanae's really busy. She's a lot busier than I am, and you guys know I'm busy. And as far as my best friend, I don't know what the hell she's doing. She was laying in bed when I called her to see, but it's not hard. Let's see. I'm gonna close out this window right here and see. This is a newer one, EURJPY. So they pretty much projected it to drop down to this point here on entry and then smack these TPs. So as you can see on mine, where they projected was kind of off. And that's why I tell you all to use the guidelines that we have here, because it's not going to really go for another sale until this blue line crosses this red line again, and then it's going to shoot up again. So once that happens, it's going to literally skyrocket. And just another thing for you all to know how to place your uh, support and resistance lines. You get a horizontal line from here, and you literally just drop them at wherever price has hit. So I'll drop one here. Let me change the color of that. That's literally ugly as hell. So you'll drop one there, and then go back, click it again. Let's see where else prices played around that. Pull this down some. And then here they go all the way down here. And as you can see, it's broken, retested this line a lot. So this will be another one where you keep it at. And these lines drag all the way through. And as you can see, these things literally follow a pattern. So right here is another thing I want to warn you guys about. This is what happens when the market closes and stuff. So the market will close, and you see it says 5 o'clock on the 23rd at the bottom of the screen down there. The market closed here, and then they opened it back up. So they closed it at 4, opened it back up at 5. And let's say you were in a trade. They literally open that trade back up way up here. So if you would have jumped in this for a sale, you always want to be cognitive of the market closing, because the market closes can shoot you in the fucking face. There's no better way to explain it. No better way to explain it. So always be cognitive of that. Watching the time that you're getting into trades. And you see, boom, it's gonna come back down to that line. Gonna play with it again, came back down to this line. So you just plot those all the way through. You'll put one up here, of course. You'll put another one right here. And everywhere price just halts at, you will see that it'll come right back to it each and every time. And once you figure out the pattern for it around what time they do it, it'll increase your proficiency as a trader as well. Watching the D. So it's going to tell you whether it's going to go for a buy or not. So it's obviously going for it. It just hasn't made up its mind as to when it's going to do the major shoot and actually expound. Because as you can see here, it's starting to break. It's starting to break because this indicator is flipped up now and the blue is crossed and it's about to take a gap. So this will be something that I will watch out for. I might send a signal out to you guys for this one so we can make some money on it tonight. FX choice hasn't been really doing anything. So let's see. I go to Hugo's way. USDJPY is on this buy limit out for. Let's see. NZD And this is another example. This is when they say going for a sale. Delete. Fuck. Whatever. Anyway, they see it. They think it's going for a sale. So it literally smacked the entry point and it's going down now. So you got two confirmation candles. One, two, three. So after 1 and 2, you guys know to get into a trade. After you get your two confirmation candles, blue is under the red, indicators are down, it's going for a sale. So you'll just ride this wave on out. So it hit the entry point. It already smacked TP. Well, no. Oh, that's my resistance line. I don't know. I must have put this in on an earlier date because they don't delete on harmonics. That's the good thing about it. They never delete. And it's shooting down. So they think it's going to reach this point. Okay, appreciate that. Anyway. So guys, as you can see, it's pretty simple. I know we probably have to have more and more talks about it. I know I'm probably going to have to get more comfortable with doing Zoom calls, but it's just part of my development with you all as well. Like y'all know, I haven't even been doing this a month yet. So this is the beginning of my 4th week. This is the first day of my 4th week. So we're going to get better as a team. We're all going to grow. But we got to teach you guys. I got to get my guys understanding how to trade on their own. So everyone can start making their own money and not have to wait for signals all day. Because like I said, Monday, the speed starts to pick up a little bit. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the market has so much movement. There's no reason for anyone to just be sitting around waiting for anyone else because you can literally trade all day at that point because it's 24 hours wide open. But I'm gonna open it up at this time. Let me see how much time we got left. It's not telling me, but whatever the case is, it just gave me a free extra time, I guess. I'm gonna let you guys ask any questions that I can solve. I know I'm probably confused a lot of people, so run them down. Let's get it. No questions?
Um, I think I understand. I don't think I got no questions right now. It's gonna have to be when I look at the video and we watch it.
Okay, that's
And
fine.
I'll have some questions.
Not a problem. Not a problem. We gotta get your best friend going on this too, so we gotta get Z up to speed. But you know she got so much she's doing at the same time. We're gonna get her rolling on this too.
Classes and stuff.
Uh,
That's what she doing right now.
yeah, she doing the homework. Marcus,
What's going on, bro?
you got any questions for me, Thug?
See, I really don't. Not right now, though. You feel me? But shit, I'm gonna have a guy. I ain't gonna. You feel like this shit here too much.
That's why I be trying to tell y'all we gotta get this web analyzed. I don't know what's going on because
Yeah,
this
this
made
shit
it.
here a fucking lot, nigga.
Yeah, it is. But honestly, it's not, bro. Like it's my first time and I didn't have a strategy plotted out. Like I should have took notes myself on what to hit and how long I should dwell on it and stuff like that. I was kind of just moving around like damn, and that wouldn't fucking work. Because as you can see, I pretty much had this set up like this. This might dumb it down for y'all. Let's spend a little time doing this right quick. So just bear
So
with
how
me.
is different from the harmonic scanner?
A harmonic scanner just gives you so much to fucking look at. Like,
Oh, okay. So it's gonna be like a smaller scale, basically.
yeah, like it
Oh,
it makes it a lot less complex and then you can see it a lot better. Like there's no dark mode on the harmonic scanner, so everything just look bright as hell. Like,
Yeah, that's like
everything.
how they got the little shit on the side where you can pick your own shit on the side down. On
Like
harmonic.
so
Yeah.
this right here is it calls out trades all the time. So This trade was called at 12:30. What time is it now? 12:33. So that's a trade that you can look into. GBP USD. You go right up here. GBP USD. You can literally just hit enter or you can click on. And as you can see, it says potential sale. So with my strategy, let me finish setting this up. 50, 200. That's the only thing about this is that you have to plug it in every time. As far as when it goes to the harmonic scanner, you can literally just save it. But this is my dog. Like, this make me so much money. I ain't gonna lie. It was the best little change I invested since I started this. Like, I didn't got so good at doing it now. I just fly straight through it. Don't even care.
Yeah, nigga, you fine. I ain't spent not $1 yet. I ain't going until I know what's going on.
And I ain't mad at you. I am not mad at you. So it says potential sale on the 5-minute chart. So of course you want to see, like I said, this one has a 1 minute. So that's the one, but it says it's on the 5. So you got 1, 3, 5, 15, 30, 45, 1 hour for like 1 through 4 hours, 1 day, week, month. Like so many different options to look at these charts and see so much different stuff because every chart is different.
Yeah.
So it said on the 5-minute chart at 1:30, it was seeing a, let's get to where it's, I don't even know what the fuck it is. I think my time zone is messed up. I'll fix that later. But anyway, they seen a potential sale. So as you can see here, boom, you had this candle. Now this did not confirm for you. This one would have been when you started at. So you would have started here, got the second candle, it's shooting down. Boom, you would have jumped in. Not even worried about this green candle next. You would have got in. It would have dropped a little bit, then came back down. You'd have been in profit from that point forward. As you can see, it's thinking about it here because as you can tell, it's dropping down. The candles are still up, so there's no point to jump in. But it's thinking about it. That gap is so small right here. That window's so tight. So they made it a whole lot easier. Let me change the color of my 200 so you can see it again. So, oh damn, I ain't increased the thickness. Moving too fast. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all how this works a little bit better now. So up here is where on the harmonic scanner it didn't show up like it was supposed to, but here is where you're really watching. So the 200 is pretty much like a trend line. It's pretty much just gonna show you exactly what the thing is doing. As to where the blue line, the 50, is actually flowing with the chart. So from this point forward, this pair was going for a straight buy. Even with all these drop downs and ups and downs, you still was making money. This is where it's supposed to be. So this is where you would set your take profit and stop loss at. So if you traded for that whole time from the 24th until today, you'd have just been literally making money all this time. That's what I'm trying to get. And then you have these just the same, ups and downs, ups and downs. And it makes it so much easier to see it, so much easier to plot it out because it's literally going to do whatever this blue line is doing is what the trade is going to do every time. Every time. Whatever that blue line doing is what this trade going to do. That's the way to break it down. Whatever this blue line does is what this trade is going to do. You watch that blue line and make your money. So if you get here, you start to see it's flipping up. Okay. Like me, I'd have jumped in right here. Y'all probably would have waited for this one, caught all this right here, stayed in to probably about right there, got your money, been gone. Didn't worry about it. Because as you can see, if you would have got in right there, you still would have caught. If you got in right there, you still would have caught. Click and stick. All right. If I can get this shit to move. All right, so boom. 17 pips from there to there. And honestly, it's still too high. So yeah, about 17, 18 pips right here. And on a 5-minute time frame, you only going for 10 pips. Like 5-minute time frame is so short. That's why I told you I trade on, this is the one, I'm gonna highlight mine for y'all so it make it simple. 30, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's check this same thing out on a longer time frame. So I keep doing that shit. Zoom out. So on a longer time frame, look at the huge difference you see in this chart. So right here, I would have got in this trade about right there when this candle closed. So let me click on price line. Let me get rid of this. So like I said, on this one, I probably would have got into this trade about right there. Grab my price line tool, mark this up, and take it for that ride. So I would have caught 97 pips on a longer time frame. And that's why I emphasize to y'all so much. This is on a 4-hour. I don't want to hear y'all complaining to me an hour in about, oh, it's red. Oh, this is on a 1 hour. I don't want to hear you complaining to me 15 minutes in, oh, it's red. I don't trade that way. That's why I let y'all know the time frame whenever I send y'all anything. 97 pips. From there to there, 97 pips. Again, like, I know my team can calculate pips. Y'all see that. Even at a 10 cent, that's $9.70. You pop a 0.1, $1, $97. Pop a standard, $970. It works. It literally works. Boom. It still went up. Even with a pullback here, it started to pull back at this point. You still would have been in profit because your entry would have been here. So even when it pulled back, you still would have been in profit. Kept riding. Now, mark this. I want you to write this down. On a 1 hour time frame, your take profit. Let me do it with this one. On a 1 hour time frame, your take profit will be 25 to 30 pips. On a 1 hour time frame, your take profit will be 25 to 30 pips. I like to trade on a 3-to-1, right? So on a 3-to-1, that means that my stop loss is going to be 10 to 15 pips. So as you can see, on a 3-to-1, it got close, never hit. Boom. So as soon as this next candle would open, it got close, never hit, took off. Boom, you closed out. Do that every time. On a 4-hour, your take profit is 40 to 50 pips. And then you'll put this at 25 to 30 pips. Why? It's a larger trade. So on a 4-hour time frame, do I enter this trade? Well, one, I got this in the wrong spot because you have to move this to where the trade would have the candle would have closed. So boom, 25 pips. 25 pips is there. 40 pips up. So if we would have entered this on the 4-hour timeline, we would have hit stop loss. No point to do that. Even on 30, no point to do this. So I'd have left this alone. But as you can clearly see on the 1 hour, you smacked that guy. You smacked that guy. Then you got London payout. And this is Dr. Kathy. This is the indices. And that's another add-on, London payout. One of the main traders, like a lead trader, a teacher, she sends you stuff all the time about it. New trade ideas come out. It's at least like 20 a day. And it shows you how to trade some of the indices, the high value stuff. This is one of the things that you would need at least I would say $150 to $200 in your account to trade. And it flows on the same thing. It keeps it extra simple. Up and down. Up and down. So I'm seeing a couple of trades in here myself that I will probably go back and put in. But let me not overload y'all brains. I probably got everybody brain about to crash right now. So I'm gonna pull this off, figure out how to send it from here, and we're gonna all take a detox moment, get some water, relax, and just ponder over this. Keep playing with it, keep messing with it. It won't take you long to get it, I promise you.
How much was this add-on?
At that point. Okay, so I didn't see your message, Chance, but entering at that point, you pretty much always want to, whenever before you enter in a trade, like I told you, watch your blue line, right? So your blue line crossed in between here, in between these two candles. So you would have got this candle here. It's in a bullish trend. This is a bullish candle, right? You would have waited for your confirmation candle. So on a 1 hour timeline, this is 11, this is 12, right? 12 closed way up here. But look at the spread. That gap isn't huge. But from coming below, it literally went and crossed again. So you know it's about to go for a large buy. So you would have entered here. You always enter. Your price is going. You enter at price. So when you would have finally entered it, when you got this confirmation candle, this is where price would have been on a bullish candle. This is the start. This is the finish. This is where candle closes at on a bullish candle. As to where if it's a bearish candle, this is the start and this is the finish. And that's another thing that your classes will teach you. So from this point here, it was trending upwards. Just trending upwards. It pulled back a little bit. So this is what you call a pullback here. That red candle, it pulled back, brought price down. So that candle closed here. It reopened here. Continued to go down, but price pushed itself back up a little bit. So it turned green again. And it's leveling out. So it's going to decide here. This will be where you see a support or resistance line at. And as you can see, it's not far from the red. And your red really acts like a trend line, support, or resistance line. So it's resisting here. It doesn't want to break that. So it's going to decide from here what it wants to do. So this is when she says she's seeing a sell stop. So pretty much it's not going to sell anymore. She thinks it's going to go for a buy soon. So she would let you put that in and it would have sold to here, boom, shot back up, which is exactly what she said it was going to do. So as you can see, at 11:41, she said sell stop would be placed in. 10 o'clock. So before 11, that's when she said, okay, it's going to stop selling. It's going for a buy. You would have made money again on a 15-minute time frame. So let's see what she's talking about, just to let y'all know how accurate these are. So where is she? Scroll a little bit. So that was 11:30, 11:45. She put that in. Okay, so right here, she said that it was gonna sell into this entry point, and then it's going for a buy. So she was a little behind time, but it's still correct. And you would have caught all of this. And one, indices, you never trade indices on anything larger than 30 minutes. Indices is 1 to 30 minutes. Never trade them no longer than that. You haven't got to that level yet. Once we get to that level, you'll know. I monitor you all's progress quite well. Now, of course, Chance, I haven't been able to monitor your progress. I only had a brief conversation with you. But this is where we're trying to get to. We're trying to make sure we catch all of this. And I mean, just let me know if looking at this is a little bit simpler than looking at this.
Yeah, it's way easier to understand.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And that's why I went for it, because my brain capacity can't process all that extra shit. I just can't. It's too much. So looking at this makes it so much simpler to me. And of course, before you enter any trade, you always want to make sure that you check your news. I don't know if y'all can hear my computer whistling, but I ain't never heard it blow this hard. So right here, you see you got yellow folders and orange folders. Never, ever enter during a trade on a red folder. Red folders, you don't know what the fuck it's gonna do. That market could be buying, and it'll just straight plummet down. Like you'll see the longest candle you ever seen in your life when you see a red folder. Never trade on red folder. So what am I looking at on here? Let's see. This is US 30. So I'll show you where those fit into. So we'll just go EUR, JPY. I'm just pinning a random pair just to see, because I know JPY has news. So they got two yellow folders for 12:30 and 1 o'clock for JPY. It is literally right in between those. So this folder just dropped, and this is about to drop. So as a trader, you would never enter these. Yellow folders are okay, but you don't know what that yellow folder might do. So that yellow folder drop, it sent it up. So the value of the euro against the Japanese yen, when the euro went up, of course, it's a buy, but then it starts stagnating out. It's going for another buy again. But as you can see, you always watch your gap. The gap is not large enough from the time that news dropped for you to want to get into that trade. It's just not. So you will leave that alone. Also, you also want to make sure you know, so you see EUR has news coming out at 4 a.m. So this right here, if y'all want to watch and just see if y'all can trust the news, they got another thing going out at 6. So it's a lot of you going out with EUR. So you can literally just watch this pair all day to just see what the crazy shit is finna go to, because it's finna do some wild shit in a minute. And then 8:30, you got US news coming out. So my team, Chance, don't touch no US pairs, period. It's orange. Leave it alone. I don't know what the hell Donald Trump did. But yeah, and you will see, whenever Donald Trump opens his damn mouth, the damn trades on USD pairs go crazy. It's the most retarded shit ever. But whenever he opens his damn mouth, some wild shit happens. And then Japan got another one at 750. So pretty much these three right here, you want to do your best job to stay away from, unless you look at it yourself now that you have the ability to, and see what's going on. Now, of course, unfortunately, y'all got to look at this, but y'all can delete the damn butterfly, which is something I do quite often. So it makes it a little bit simpler, and it makes it a little bit easier for you to, look at your shit. Because as you can see, blue crossed, it's just going up for a buy. It's just been buying. It's just been buying. Same here. It finally touched. It pulled back, touched here, but then it shot up. Slight pullback. So you see this little red candle here? Slight pullback, starting at that point, and it kept going. Now it's dropping. So this is finna go for a sell. This is NZD USD. So this is going for a sell. And as you see this gap, it's gonna be selling for a minute. And of course, they had an entry point. It touched entry, and it's going for a sell. So price is slowly making that way down to that sell to the TP1 where they think it's gonna go. So that's a quick way for you to have your entry point, your stop loss, and your take profit in. But even they weren't sure about this trade, because as you can see, they have two entry points. So they weren't even sure if it was going to do it, but they were right. They just wasn't sure. So always be mindful of what you're looking at. Always take time to analyze your screen so you can see exactly what this thing is telling you. What pair is this? NZD USD? All right. So as you can see, same thing here. They crossed. It's going for a sale. It's going for a big sale. It's just moving a little slow, but it's going for a big sale. Let's see if the chat got anything else in it. Nope, nothing else in the chat. All right. I don't actually own this tool. So, oh, I guess I do own this tool. Didn't know I bought this. Whatever. And this is why I tell y'all, I don't like all this. I can't read all this damn shit. You see all this shit? Too much. I don't know what the fuck a BB is. I know what SARs are. And a couple of people on our team like to use SARs. The BB is probably just damn cloud. I hate the damn cloud. Witty likes to use the starch, which I understand completely. It's just not my thing. Like, based on the starch, if it's anywhere above 70, it's going to go for a sale. If it's anywhere 30 or below, it's going to go for a buy. But according to this, it's at 95 and it's still buying. So either it's going to go for a sale soon or it's just going to shoot to the sky. And according to this, it's going to shoot to the sky. So that's why I don't like to use it, because I don't understand this at all. The starch is something that he likes to use, but once again, like I said, it's not as accurate as the tools that I like to use. So me, this will be gone. This will be gone. And of course, RSI will be gone. And you still look at it the same way. Even without the MAs on there, just watching your SARs and stuff. Here, it crossed and it went for a buy. Slight pullbacks, and it's just going for a buy. Buy on US CAD around 15 minutes. What time was this drop? 12:17. So yeah, it's been buying for a minute. What is this US CAD? I won't be using the power trades because this shit is wrong. I won't be using that damn tool. Anyway, so yeah, that's about everything I got for you all. I hope I kept it simple enough. If I didn't, call me and we can break it down on specific points so that way everyone can get to the same goal. I don't really know how I learned this because Anjanae did not teach me this. I don't know how I got this. I don't. But when you're trying to make sure you can goddamn stay out of jail and make money, you kind of figure it out. But yeah, that's what I figured out for myself. And that's what I'm passing on to you all. Like I told, like everyone knows, I made $6,500 so far. Well, I made $100 a day, so 66, and I lost $600. So I haven't seen the $600 loss. I just know it's there because it's in my history on my MT4. But yeah, I'm not complaining about my wins and losses, so I don't want you to either. I know Kelsey made some money last week. I don't know if Marcus did. I know he made some money on his demo. I'm not sure if he made any on his live. And as far as Chance told me, he's about to start making some money now. So ain't nothing to it but to do it. No questions?
No, I'm good for right now.
Okay. Take a detox break. Relax. I know I didn't stress you out. Marcus,
No more finger. Go shut eye.
understood, sir. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you feel better tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm feeling way better though.
And, yeah, once you get over that shit, you'll be back to yourself. So that's good.
I ain't on tape right now. You feel me?
Stay your ass at the club. No more clubbing for you.
I ain't on club, bro.
Chance?
Nah, I ain't got none right now.
All right, bet. Everybody do what y'all gonna do. It's 12. Ain't no trading really gonna pop off to about 2 or 3 in the morning. I might wake up. If y'all up, I'll reach out. If y'all not, I'll see y'all in the morning.
All right, bet.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
ain't no question.